Yo, what's going on, everybody? It is your boy. Nobody cares. Let's get into this reaction. Lecrae ain't watched the party die. Bow. See what my man's doing. His response to Kendrick Lamar here. I wonder what Lecrae would do.
I was wrestling like, should I write a verse? The culture got enough clout chasing vultures out here, trying to prove they worth. They need attention. They can't imagine me not trying to make myself look bigger off of this Kendrick mention. I can't imagine his position. Before I got on my mission, I was a party victim. I bought the party favors. I used my trauma, my single mama, to justify commas to pay the devil's wages.
Dude, Lecrae is fire, bro. I feel like not enough people really know about him, so I'm kind of glad that Lecrae's gotten some eyes on him from this Kendrick mention. I first listened to Lecrae way back in college. It's been almost 10 years now. Christian rapper for everybody that doesn't know. But I like that he started this off with this dilemma immediately. It's like, dang, Kendrick just mentioned me. Literally one of the biggest rappers in the world just mentioned me. I've got all these eyes on me right now. What do I do? What does Lecrae do? I wonder what Lecrae would do. And you can hear this battle that he's got with himself. It's like, should I put out a song because my name's out there right now? Are people gonna think that I'm clout chasing because my name was dropped? Like, it's a weird double-edged sword. I'm missing out on a lot of different opportunities if I don't put something out, but I also don't want to be looked at as like one of these vultures because there's already plenty of them out there. I'm personally a huge proponent of putting something out immediately, showing people what you can do. He's got a great catalog if you go back and listen to it, but I definitely think this was probably a smart move on his part. And I also love this line right here where he says, like, those vultures can't imagine me not putting out something because of this Kendrick mention. That's just how their brain works. That's not how my brain works. I've got all these different battles that I'm trying to comprehend right now. Lecrae is that dude.
I can't imagine his position. Before I got on my mission, I was a party victim. I bought the party favors. I used my trauma, my single mama, to justify commas to pay the devil's wages.
Bought the party favors. That was nice.
Went over their heads. Basically what I said is I was government fed, bread for doing time in the feds, but Jesus bled. Instead of putting dents in their head, he turned his.
That was a nice little double right there too. I'm glad I got the lyrics on the screen here to kind of show you guys a little bit better. He said he was government fed and bread for doing time in the fence. There's a double entendre with the word bread right there. Bread is in like physical, delicious, amazing bread. Government fed. The government was feeding him the bread, welfare. But also bread is in this stigma. The government was kind of putting him in the stigma that he was going to be in jail just like everybody else in his predicament. He bought the party favors. He used all this trauma that he had and his single mom and his rough upbringing to pay the devil's wages, to live this life of sin. It was his justification. He grew up in a rough spot, so he can act sinful. He can act all these ways. But he eventually ended up finding the better way with Jesus, like he says right here, because instead of denting heads and doing all this sinful stuff, Jesus just turned heads. And that's what Lecrae would do now. Instead of denting heads, turns heads. Real rap, baby. Let's go.
Instead of putting dents in their head, he turned his. My cup runneth over with nonsense. They hearts grow colder. They love to do evil. They burn their conscience. I want the dealer's head who gave my cousin fentanyl. Labels exploiting rapping addicts. Man, I'm sick of y'all. My daddy ran with Compton Chris, my uncle's Pyru. Stuck in the middle of this madness. What should I choose?
Man.
I should be choosing between Howard and Hampton. I love the people that I ran with, but look at the damage.
Wow.
You want me put you on, but I know you still with the scamming. A crooked doctor took advantage and hooked me on Xanax. This killer's sitting in a cell for taking somebody innocent, and they don't even feel no remorse. The worst ignorance.
Man, I love this whole thing is just like a huge yin and yang in his life. Said, I love the people that I ran with, but look at the damage they caused in my life. Talks about labels and everyday society putting on these rappers that rap about these drugs, these harmful things. And he's like, I'm sick of it, man. My cousin died from the fentanyl. I want the dealer's head who gave him that fentanyl. I want the label's heads who promoted that stuff to him. That's some real life tragedy. And he's still stuck in this middle ground like he doesn't know what to do. He acknowledges that Jesus doesn't put dents in heads, he turns heads, but then immediately is like, I still want the head of the person that killed my cousin. The drug dealer gave him fentanyl that killed him. I know I'm supposed to turn heads, but I still want to hurt him. I still want to get him because he's human.
They don't even feel no remorse. The worst ignorance. But when I take a look in the mirror, the blood of Uriah's on my hands, cause I'm that killer who had Bathsheba in his quarters. I'm that who let Eve taste the fruit of death. I'm dead sinner, I deserve death, along with all these liars and hypocrites. Fake tough rappers who fabricate they predicaments. Fake deep guru pushing voodoo on the people, telling folks that my God ain't real. That's real evil. I wonder what Lecrae would do. Hopefully seek the hand of God and tell him that he's incapable. But truthfully, I'm nobody to judge. My good deeds are like some period blood stains on a dirty rug. All I can offer them is Jesus' love. I know it sound foolish to many, like, really? That's all you got for us? Yeah,
I love it.
The cross is foolish to the perishing. The world will call me weak and the saints will say I embarrass them.
Ooh,
I walk through valleys full
the
of...
world will call me weak and the saints will say that I'm embarrassed him. This whole thing, man, I'm telling you, it's him stuck in this middle ground. Really digging the metaphors that I'm hearing so far. But we got a lot of self-reflection right here when he says he looks into the mirror. He is that inward, that dude. He was part of that sinful life. He let Eve taste the fruit of death. He deserves the death. He is a sinner. All sinners deserve the death. Along with the liars, the hypocrites, the fake tough rappers who fabricate their predicaments. Really cool flow there too. But he's saying like he's no better than anybody else. We're all sinners. And then goes on to say, I wonder what Lecrae would do. Acknowledge that he's a sinner. Acknowledge that we're all sinners. And like it says right here, seek out the hand of God. You're incapable of doing it on your own. I really hope people are listening to the message of this song, man. Let's go.
That ain't real, that's real evil. I wonder what Lecrae would do. Hopefully seek the hand of God and tell him that he's incapable. But truthfully, I'm nobody to judge. My good deeds are like some period blood stains on a dirty rug. All I can offer them is Jesus' love. I know it sound foolish to many, like, really? That's all you got for us? Yeah, the cross is foolish to the perishing. The world will call me weak and the saints will say I embarrass them.
That's such a good line, man.
Evil. I'm aware of it. I can't condemn the world and burn all of the heretics. Love is patient, so I'm trusting in the narrative. And Christ ain't watched the party die, he died instead of it.
Ooh, man. Great message in this song right here. Those last few bars right there were phenomenal. Like I said, I just really hope people are actually listening to the message of this. The cross is foolish to those who are perishing. So the people that are already like in a bad spot going to hell, they see Jesus and the cross is like, I don't believe in God. Your God isn't real. Of course it looks foolish because you're already perished. Great lines right there. And then the world will call me weak. The saints say that I'm embarrassed. Them talk about that middle ground again. And Christ ain't watched the party die. He died instead of it. That's his response to Kendrick. Man, instead of watching the world go to hell and burn forever, Christ died for our sins. He's telling Kendrick to die for our sins, bro. That's what I'm catching right here. Instead of letting rap music completely trash and die and burn forever, like he was saying in Watch the Party Die, he's saying like, Kendrick, you gotta do this. You gotta step up, bro. Wow. That's some heavy stuff, man. Well, that's it for this one. Let me know what you guys thought about Lecrae and his response to Kendrick Lamar. Like I said, I've been aware of Lecrae for a long time, and I'm glad to see the guy get some shine here. But that's it for this one. I love you guys. This is my music if you want to check me out. And if you want me to follow you on Instagram, I know this is kind of random to toss in at the end of the video, but I don't know if this is copyright claimed or not. If it is copyright claimed, this is here. But if it's not copyright claimed, then I'll take it out. Go to Manscaped and use my code Crypt20 for 20% off and free worldwide shipping on anything on the website. I got some really dope cologne over there called the Preserve Cologne that I love, and I'll follow you back on Instagram if you show me your receipt. But that's it for this one. I love you guys. I'll see you in the next video tomorrow. Peace out.
Seems like every now and then I try to pick myself up from these lows. How can I expect to do that? I don't even feel like picking up my phone. I'm stuck somewhere between one and someone there all the time. But sometimes I don't have enough energy to even stay on the line. Cause I've been down and out, I've been down this road, and I know that it ends in nowhere. But still here I go, cause it's all I know. And there's comfort in being my heart had wings, I'd fly away far, far from the light, cause I like the dark. If my heart had wings, cause in the dark all those mirrors don't shine, and I never have to look myself in